From reading an abacada to sharing with you my own version of ABC. Let me tell you something. When was the last time that you really wanted to learn something new? Not because your teacher asked you to or your immediate superior required you, but because you really wanted to learn something new. Most of us, we see getting our diploma as the end of the line when it comes to learning. But let me tell you today, it is not. It is only the beginning. Growing up, I have seen how education changed the lives of the people around. It became my motivation as a product of the Philippine public education system. 20 years ago, college education in state universities is not yet free, right? I can still recall myself negotiating with my parents that I want to go to college and they have to support me. You might be wondering why. We came from a below average Filipino household. My mother is a dressmaker, my father is a farmer, both working to provide for me and my four other siblings. I got into college through scholarships to cover for the tuition and miscellaneous fees. And to help with other expenses, I have to take on several part-time and side jobs. I can recall borrowing materials, books from my classmates because I can't afford to get one for my own. And can you imagine completing a 5-year degree program with just a pair of a hand-me-down school uniform? I have to think of creative ways to manage the available resources way back then. Despite all the challenges that I have experienced, I still managed to complete my engineering degree. It was not just a personal victory for me. It was a proof of success for my parents, grandparents, friends, and everyone who have helped me. For what it's worth, I am the first one from my father's side to complete an actual formal college degree. And in the process of maintaining my scholarships, I graduated as the first cum laude of the IE program from our university. Well, I thought getting that degree would be enough. Yes, it helped me land a decent paying job in a leading company here in the Philippines, yet still not enough to propel me forward. I need to be more. That was the time I realized that I have to continuously equip myself with skills to make me relevant in a fast-paced and competitive landscape of work. And I did. At 21, I started delivering talks to the IE community here in the Philippines. At 22, I became a certified industrial engineer. 23, started a business with some friends. At 24, I have published my international book, my first one. And at 25, I became certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt under a full scholarship. At present, I have written 6 books. Now leads a community of 20,000 industrial engineering students and professionals. Have acquired more than 15 professional certifications, joined a lot of organizations and communities, have acquired 2 master's degree, conferred with an honorary doctorate degree, and hopefully a PhD by 2026. This is my 14-year lifelong learning journey. From reading an abacada to sharing with you the ABC of lifelong learning. Assess, build, capitalize. This is what ABC stands for. A simple framework that I've been using for myself and when I'm mentoring graduating students and young professionals as they embark on their journey of lifelong learning. The first step is assess. Assessment became my compass. It meant honestly looking at myself. What am I good at? Where am I weak? What mindset is holding me back? Assessment means comparing where we are right now versus where we want to go. In this way, we can determine the gaps and the opportunities that we need to fill in as we move along our journey. This concept of assessment is not only limited to the skills that we want to develop, but as well as to the personal strengths that we want to integrate to the things that we want to do. First, let's do a personal strengths assessment. When I was a kid, I am very talkative. You would always find my name on the list of noisy students. And then I have to ask myself growing up, what good can I get from being talkative? Right after graduating from the university, I get a lot of invites to talk to IE students. I have found the love from the value of talking, and it meant that it's also a form of lifelong learning, listening and learning to other people's story. Second, we have to understand how we learn. And this is called our learning style, how we process and acquire new knowledge and information. Neil Fleming's BART learning style suggests that we could be either visual, auditory, reading and writing, or kinesthetic. For my assessment, I am more into reading and writing and kinesthetic. I need to read and rewrite things that I'm studying so that it becomes part of my long-term memory bank. Anyone the same? And I also need to do things firsthand so that the learning process becomes holistic for me. We learn in different ways. And it would be best to understand how we learn our learning style so that the learning process becomes easier and faster. Third, we can do a scan. By scanning is to look for the emerging trends and latest developments around the skills of the future and making sure that these are all part of your personal and professional development plan. Once our assessment is done, we can now move to the next step, build. Skills don't grow by wishing. It grows by building. And by building is finding and utilizing the available resources to address the identified gaps and opportunities. I am not a logical mathematical person. It was my education and my training which eventually made me one. It was in the second grade when whole numbers became fractions. I really wanted to fail. Funny, right? But I ended up with a degree in engineering and pursuing an engineering PhD. I realized that through time, I appreciated mathematics and even statistics. See, this is what building looks like. It will make us feel uncomfortable. And yes, it's totally fine. This is a good sign that learning is actually taking place. In this modern age and time, there are several modalities of how to build further. You can take a formal course, a master's degree, or even PhD. You can join professional organizations or immerse yourselves into communities. You can enroll to workshops, e-learning. You can seek for mentors, listen to podcasts, read books. The list goes on and on. Building requires effort. It means practicing when nobody's watching. It means saying yes to projects that scare you. It means seeking for mentors who stretch you. It means joining organizations and communities that will learn and grow with you. And the beauty is, the more you build, the stronger your foundation for the future becomes. Finally, the third step, capitalize. This is the step most people often forget. Because what good is knowledge if it only stays in your notebook? To capitalize means using our personal strengths, our skills, our lessons learned to create value for ourselves, for others, and for the society at large. But how do we exactly maximize the things that we've already built? We create an enterprise around it. We align our passion projects to it. We use it to create and deliver value to the people around us. Personally, capitalizing meant using my experience and expertise, not just to earn a living, but to serve with a higher purpose. From curating a library of free e-learning resources that have impacted hundreds and thousands of Filipinos, to representing the Philippines to regional and global initiatives, to mentoring young people and startups across Southeast Asia, to supporting fathers facing mental health challenges, to speaking on stages like TEDx. I turn knowledge into action. And the secret is when you capitalize, learning stops being about you. It becomes about the lives that you have impacted, the lives that you have made significantly better. Assess, build, and capitalize. The EBC of lifelong learning. So this is the challenge now. Assess yourself honestly, build relentlessly, capitalize optimally. Because lifelong learning is not a syllabus. It is a choice, a habit, a lifestyle. Because if I've learned one thing, it is this. The diploma may hang on your wall, but it is your daily learning and how you use it to create impact that will define your legacy. Continue learning, continue growing, continue becoming significantly better. Because in the end, lifelong learning is not just about success. It is about significance. Maraming salamat po.